guys, I was in there with you guys, but I was talking and nobody was responding. So it was like, I think nobody could see me, or, you know, I don't know what was going on. Did you hear me, or see me, or anything? Oh, I don't know what's going on. This is the second time that this has happened. Like I schedule a live, and then when I go in, like nobody can see me or hear me or is responding to me. So I even saw somebody was like, "Where is she?" But I was like right here. So I think I don't know. I just gotta keep experimenting and see if it's gonna work out or not. Yeah, so it's a bit of a glitch. But anyway, I'm glad that you guys are here. I'm not really very hungry, but I have to like buy fruit to sit here at the McDonald's. And I'm sitting outside so that there's no music for copyright. If you guys were at my last live, I was trying to show like what was the Korean references for the Idol music video, and my stream got blocked because they said I was streaming copyright content. This day here, it is 11:15. Okay. So I was worried, like, I know I said today's topic was going to be exciting, but then I thought maybe it's only exciting for me, and it would be lame for you guys, but it's a topic that was brought up when I was hanging out. It's going to rain, and I'm wearing my Puma shoes. My Puma shoes are gonna get ruined. Okay. Stay indoors the whole time. Okay. What was I gonna say? So I was gonna. Anyway, so the topic for today is actually something that I talked about with my army squad here. I have an army squad. So this group of friends that I hang out with. The comments are so distracting. How do I not look at them? Okay. Okay. Don't go crazy over fanboys. There's tons of them. It's just that, you know. No, they're not rare anymore. Trust me. So are you guys going to talk among yourselves, or are you going to listen to me and what I'm going to say? Because this requires some participation and response to what I'm saying. So anyway, I have this group of friends that I hang out with over here, and we're called the Army Squad, and it just so happens, coincidentally, that all of us have a different bias in the group. So there's 7 of us, and all of us like different people in BTS, coincidentally, which is quite a beautiful coincidence, actually. So one day we got to talking, and yes, it's got to do with biases. One day we got to talking, and a question came up where somebody asked, originally it wasn't me, I remember bringing it up a second time and it was me, but originally somebody asked if we were given an opportunity to date someone in BTS, like who would it actually be? And it's a topic that came up because I guess maybe we've all talked about it at some point, that we have a bias, but in real life I would not date my bias. And a lot of us in the group actually feel that way in my army squad. So I thought this was an interesting point. So I wanted to know, like, you guys can respond with, who is your bias, but who would you actually date? And I want you to think about it. I want you to really think about it and tell me why. So my bias is Namjoon, but I wouldn't date him. Yeah, this question got asked like a couple weeks ago, and I thought that this would be a good question to ask other armies who might feel the same way. So, like, you guys need to type out, like, don't give me just names, like, how would I know whether that's your bias or who you would date? So please type out, like, my bias is blah blah blah, and but I would actually date blah blah blah. So, right? Oh my god, see, it's so cool to find out that we're not the only ones who feel that way. And some of my friends had really funny reasons, like the Yoongi-san in our group would not date Yoongi because she said, like, it would be like he wouldn't want to do anything. So she said she would actually date Songgu, which is like a totally different character. Like, they're so different, right? And she said the reason was because, like, Songgu does laundry. He likes doing laundry, so, but she hates doing laundry, so she would date him. It's raining out. It's so heavy. My Puma shoes. Oh my god. You hate doing the dishes. Maybe you should date Jin. So, okay, for me, Milton is my bias, but I would actually date Hobi because Hobi seems like, you know, the bitchy type who would actually, like, be all, like, nudgy with his elbow and be like, look at that bitch, you know, that kind of person. I like that. So this is totally, and also he seems just a lot more fun to be around. I'm quite an energetic person. I'm easily entertained, and you know, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind, like, if he tried to be cute and I smacked him. I think that would be cute. I don't have a second bias though. Give me a reason, like if you decided not to date your bias and it's gonna be someone else in the group, like, why? Give me a reason why. Where am I? I am at the airport. Look at the rain. I don't know if we can see or not. But you can probably hear. It's splashing on me. Jimin threw a rock at me. I'll be fine. Oh, the comments disappeared. Yoongi's not really the protective kind though. He'd probably text you and be like, where the heck do you think you're in? You know, that kind of thing. I'm getting a little bit splashed, but that's okay. It's so not fun when somebody goes, I love all the members equally. It's like, this is just a hypothetical question. It's like, it's not like going to be, reflect badly on you if you feel like you want to date one person over another. It's hypothetical. So just play along. No one's going to judge you if you actually respond to this question. It's for fun. Don't be a Debbie Downer. Why am I wearing contacts? Because I need glasses and I don't want to wear glasses today. Hi, new subscriber. Hi, Georgie.
Okay.
Oh, what are we talking about? We're talking about if you think about it in real life, would you actually date your bias, or would you actually date someone else in the group in these two? So really think about that. And my answer was no. My answer was Dustin's my bias, but I wouldn't actually date him. I would date either Jin or Hobie. I've dated really quiet, sort of very pensive, guys who reflect a lot. Much like Dustin, like that's the kind of guys that I dated before. And they never lasted, so clearly I've been picking wrong and I need to change what I've been doing. Keep those comments coming, guys. You can see the rain? Yeah, it's getting crazy now. I like jokes like that. See, I like stuff like that, so that's a good reason why I would totally date Jin, because these kinds of jokes really get me. I think if you dated Yuji, you can't hear me? I should move, but there's music playing inside, and I'm so afraid of getting, copyright. I'll go find a different location. I need a bag. Let's move, okay? We'll resume this in just a minute. I'm going to turn this around so you can see where we're going. Bye, Rain. Oh, it's connected to the inside. Oh, there's no music. Yes. they stopped the music. How's the lighting? It's feeling like a bit like a ghost, but whatever. It stops the music, so yes. Okay, so ready to resume what we were talking about. You guys can hear me okay now? My eye bags are so bad. I hang out with, oh. You're 12? Oh my god, don't think about dating. That's not a good time. Okay. If someone dated Yugi, he's the type, like he said it before in like different interviews and stuff. He said, I'm not the type to text a lot. I'm completely fine if it's a long distance relationship. And I'm fine if I go like even just a few days or a couple days without texting. And to be honest, for me, that would be the perfect relationship. Because I don't want to date somebody that I have to talk to every day. I'm not that kind either. But like Namjoon's he needs a lot of reassurance and love and care because he's a sensitive boy. So I don't think I could date someone like that. I dated someone like that before and it was very tiring. And it felt like, sure, I take care of your feelings all the time, but you don't know how to take care of me. It was very tiring and very one-sided, I felt. Although I'm sure he's not going to be like that, but I just don't want to have to do that. I want a very, very independent person. Yeah, exactly. Just like, good morning, have a great day. And then before I go to bed, I'll be like, I had a good day, I thought about you. But I'm going to bed now. Maybe I'll talk to you tomorrow, I would love that. I would love that so much. I'm that kind of person. So what kind of dating style are you? So that's what the remove button does. So many of you guys haven't dated, huh? Okay, so how old are you guys if you haven't dated? You must be already good. But okay, that's great. It's great for me to know that you're 15 and you haven't dated. I feel really good because don't date at that age. You're not ready, you're not emotionally or physically ready. You have to be in a happy place with yourself first. Love yourself. Because if you don't, and then you don't know who you are yet, and then the other person might have more dominant personality, and then your identity becomes really dependent on that person. which I feel is not a very healthy thing. So, make sure you know who you are before you date. I know, they're all so young, like, oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Lil Blade, but I don't know how you can make a video how to pass. I just play. Just hit the buttons at the right time. There's no other way. It's like you got it or you don't. You just gotta practice a lot. You thought you'd be the youngest? The youngest person here is 10. You guys are all so young. I really should move on to another topic and talk about something else, because at 10 maybe we should be sticking to safer PG topics. How long have you been in the army? That makes it sound like I'm in the actual army. I mean, I thought commonly the question is, how long have you been in army? Since before debut. Yeah, youngins, you don't stay this young forever. So, like I said, please do a lot of self-discovery and know yourself. Love yourself before you try to love someone else. I don't know what you mean by face to face, like in person, like bumps into them, because no. Nowadays people talk about this often. Maya, what do you mean? Like, we talk about what often? My eyeliner smudging. No, guys, don't say I've been in the army. That has a different meaning. I've been an army for 3 years now, and that tells us we're in the fandom. I've been in the army means you're actually in the army, like a military soldier, national, defending the country type. So please say it correctly. I've been an army, or I am an army. Don't say I've been in the army, please. It matters how you say something. Okay. So, yes, I know, Georgie, you're the only one I know who can make a joke about how you're an army in the army. That's amazing. I love that so much. Anyway, you guys, now's not the time to have a boyfriend. Like, even me, when guys ask me out, I say no because I don't want to date. There's a lot of things that I want to do for myself and accomplish for myself before I feel like I'm ready to share my life with someone else. Right now, I'm having so much fun doing the things I do and hanging out with you guys and just like, traveling and going to concerts and stuff like that. If I had to be with somebody else, they might not understand, or I would have to stop because I would have different responsibilities. Like for example, if I got together with somebody else and then we want to plan the future, so we need to save money, house, wedding, stuff like that, and then no more money for concerts and being in Korea and seeing BTS. Like, no, I'm not ready for that. So definitely, I'm not gonna give that up. Why did I deactivate my IG? So I deactivated my IG on Mindy's birthday earlier this year. It was a decently big account, like 56,000 people, I think, about there. It was getting way too stressful for me, so. Imagine dating an army. Yeah, sure. There are definitely boy armies, but I don't think a lot of them like girls, so. I've actually dated a K-pop fan that was a boy, and but he struggled, like he struggled, cause okay, so he's Korean, and like in Korea, you know, guys shouldn't like K-pop, right? So it's like looked down on and frowned upon. Like, you're a dude, why do you like K-pop? It's okay for them to like the girl groups, but if they like a boy group, it's like, wow, dude, you know, are you gay, or like what's wrong with you, and that kind of thing. And that was freaking stupid. So my ex, he liked B1A4, which I thought was the fucking cutest thing. Yes, he's the B1A4 guy. And I thought it was freaking adorable. So like even on our dates, like he would play B1A4 songs that we would sing along, and or like, you know, when we're not doing anything, we're just like lying in bed or something, then he would play B1A4 songs, and he would start singing, and then he would do verse first, and then I would join in for chorus, and then he shuts up and he just lets me do the second verse, and it's like, you know, if only I could do that with like a guy who likes BTS. So that would be so fucking amazing. So that was fun. That was a fun time. And I'm glad to have had the opportunity to date someone who liked K-pop, even if it's not BTS. It doesn't matter, right? This experience was just so freaking cute. Unfortunately, that didn't work out, because even though he's a dream guy in terms of fan related stuff, he was bad with other things. So that was bad. Well, okay, I didn't say that. That's also true. It's frowned upon for artists to be gay. They're very, very homophobic generally in that country. What I was saying was actually it's frowned upon for guys to like boy groups in K-pop. Like, it's okay for them to drool over the girls, but it's not okay for them to like guy groups. It's really frowned upon, and then people make fun of you, and like, I don't know, people in Korea seem to not, nobody seems to be strong enough to stand up for themselves. Everybody's just like, let me follow the norm just so I can be safe and never need to stand up for myself and never have to be teased or anything. So yeah, that was sad. So anyway, he was, that's the reason like he showed it to me, because, well, I'm not gonna judge him, right? So, but he could never tell like his guy friends or anything. With his guy friends, he's all like, you know, soccer and hiking and all these manly stuff, which I thought was dumb. Like, your friends should be able to understand who you like. Why is this orange under this lighting? Yeah, I mean, it's easy for us to say that, but it's also very hard, like, if you understand how things are in Korea. when you're being outcasted and ostracized, it's very, very difficult because their society is all like about a herd mentality, like sheep. Everybody's got to follow everybody. So while we're talking about this, like, do you guys want to know, oh, how would you react if someone in BTS announced that they have a girlfriend? Okay. I would be like surprised, but I wouldn't get mad. I would be sad a little. I mean, understandably, you would wonder like, oh, just how does this affect their work? But I don't think they would ever let that affect it, you know. But it's not like I ever think like, oh my god, I stand a chance and now this bitch is taking the chance away from me. That's fucking ridiculous. Because I can't have double standards. If I'm allowed to date, why shouldn't the guy I like be allowed to date? It's, look. Who would cry? I never said anything about that. Oh, okay. Alright. Listen. Liking an idol is the same as having a crush on a guy in school. Right? You can't control who the guy likes. You hope that he likes you back. You hope that one day he realizes who you are. But if he doesn't and he falls for someone else, there's nothing you can do but watch helplessly from afar. You get a little heartbreak, you get a little like sad that it wasn't you. But if you like him enough, then you see him being happy, then he's happy, and it's fine. It's the same thing, right? I don't think they will. I think they'll be honest. But, okay. Let's not speculate. We don't know whether they're together. We don't know. So we can't say they're just good friends, and we can't say that they're together. We don't know. We don't know. Okay? There have been a lot of, like, trainees and even, I don't know if you guys know this member of M-Black. So he was an boy band K-pop member, right? And he outed a lot of things that was going on in the K-pop industry. And so Sarah, okay, it's not right for you to insist that somebody is not together when you don't know. Like I said, you don't know if they're together. You don't know if they're not together. So everybody should just be like, I wonder if they're together. There is no yes or no definite. And things and shit like stuff between guys, relationship between guys actually does happen. But it's because Korea is so freaking homophobic about it. They never ever let it show. So you don't know. And then you go on believing like, oh, they can never be gay. They can never be together. But as I said, this person who was a member of M-Black before they disbanded, he's well aware of everything that goes on in the K-pop community. And he revealed that because some people are not allowed, because some groups are not allowed to interact with girls, and they're so desperate for affection, some kind of physical release, they end up doing things with each other. Whether it's a relationship or not, whether they started out being gay or not, whether they are actually gay or not, it doesn't matter. When you're trapped in a certain environment and the only people around you are guys, sometimes you just want to be touched and it no longer matters whether the person is a guy or a girl. And then stuff happens. It doesn't necessarily mean you're gay, but stuff happens. You have to be a little open-minded instead of exactly. Desperation leads to all kinds of things. Desperation drives you to do things that you never thought you would do, honestly, in a lot of situations. So you need to be a little more open-minded about how things can happen in a very specific context or situation. It's never always just black and white. Like, I'm straight, I would never do things with another guy. Yeah. Try being trapped in a situation where you sort of have no choice and you desperately want something, some kind of physical affection. It happens. Okay? So I just need you guys to be more open-minded to situational events. Oh my god, this is hard. There are gay couples in Korea. They just never gay in public. Maybe they live together and then they're gay together at home. But they will never ever show it in public. So that's how it happens. This is actually a topic I talked about with my friend Meetin. I think I've definitely mentioned her in previous lives, and I've mentioned her on my Instagram as well. She's the one who gave me the Love Yourself album. Love Yourself answer album last week. Last week? No, 2 weeks ago. And she was talking about this. She was talking about how in Korea, if people were gay, they would never be able to show it. And she said they just tell their parents that they don't want to get married and they stay single forever, but actually they're living with another man. And they're, to everyone else, they're roommates. But actually they're a couple, but they can never ever go public with it because of the public scorn. You could lose your job. And I'm not kidding about this. There are so many companies that are, there's like, the culture is still very, very largely homophobic. And the company could find a way to fire you and it wouldn't be illegal. You couldn't sue them for whatever reason. They would find like a legit reason to fire you. You can, for being gay, you can get beat up, you can get killed, you can, well, that happens everywhere. But it definitely could affect your career if people found out. Your social circle, guys wouldn't want to hang out with you. So if some of you are, if you're from my Instagram, you would know there's this guy I hang out with almost every week. His name is Tongmi, and he's older than me, so I call him Tongmi Oppa. So Tongmi Oppa has told me before, he says, yeah, sure, guys can love whoever they want. Like, guys can be gay, but I would never, ever be friends with one. And I'm like, why? I got pretty mad at him for this. So I was like, why wouldn't you be friends with him? Just, it's not like he, and then he was like, what if one day, like he said, I could never be comfortable. If he ever decided to, like, put a hand on my shoulder, I would interpret it the wrong way. And I'm like, you're so, like, I couldn't be rude to him because he's older than me. So I was like, that's hubris. That's arrogance. Don't freaking assume that just because you're his friend, like, he's gonna like you. Like, what's so great about you? Do you think you're, like, the preference of every guy? And he was like, it doesn't matter. I would be uncomfortable being around a gay guy. What if he does like me secretly? Like, and I'm like, oh my god. It almost made me want to stop being friends with him, but I can't. Because I have to work with him. So, stuff like, guys are more affectionate to other guys. No. In Korea, actually that's not true. Only K-pop idols seem to do that. Honestly. Only K-pop people do that. Other people no. Like, please remember, I'm in Korea like almost all the time. Like, I'm there so often. I have tons of friends there who talk to me about this. So it's not true. Only the idols do that. They touch each other. But real life, no, absolutely not. Like I said, they're homophobic, and they don't want anybody to get the wrong impression that they might be gay. Yeah, they. Not even if they're really good friends. That depends on the friends. But what I'm saying is that it's not common. And even if they're really good friends, because I have a lot of Korean guy friends, it's to them it's really no, absolutely a no to like touch or hug each other. Like hugging is, yeah, I think it's a bit more natural to hug. Like they're okay with that. But a lot of the things that the idols do, like having a hand on somebody's thigh or leaning your head on another guy, absolutely no. You know, that's just not something that's done. Yeah. So this is largely a really big reason why I don't want to date Korean guys. Well, not anymore. Tried it once. Once was good enough. They're not high on my list for guys that I would like to date because they're closed-minded, like that. They're closed-minded and sexist. Yes, BTS members are very comfortable with each other, but it may have started out as a marketing ploy because it's very well known how girls like. There's even a special term in Korea. There's even a special term in Korea that has this whole like culture for girls that it's called. Oh, what is it called right now? I can't remember it, but the marketing industry understands how much girls like to watch guys be affectionate with each other and touch each other and that kind of thing. And a lot of companies encourage the boys to do it in front of the camera. And so it could have started out as like a marketing thing. But like I said, they since they're always all together and they never talk to other people, it could have started out. It could have gone a little bit further than they liked. And now, not saying it could have gone somewhere sexual, but I'm saying the level of affection that they have with each other now is sort of like above normal, and it could be because of that. Why am I in an airport? Airport's nice. It's quiet, and I love it here. I don't like crowded places or noisy. I get very intimidated very easily, and I always try to find like the tiniest, quietest corner to hide in. And if you notice, the airport is super quiet, so I like that. So I come here. How female fans love fan service. Yeah. How are you guys feeling about this topic so far? Are you okay? Are you okay about this? Is this too much for you? Like, I feel like people need to be educated on this, on what's going on, like behind the scenes, like literally behind the scenes with BTS, and why things could be the way they are. It's actually changing. Like maybe when like around 2013, there's this huge controversy about having a gay pride parade, and I was just waiting to attend one. I was in full support of that, but it never happened. There were a lot of people that protested, and a lot of people were really angry about that. But I think about 2 years ago or 3 years ago, 2 years ago, they started one. and I was shocked. I was like, Korea are actually allowing this, and it happened, but it wasn't very big, and it was very short. It didn't last long at all. This year, the same thing. There was a pride parade, but most of the people that attended were foreigners. So a lot of Koreans are still afraid to take sides, or show their support for the LGBT community, and it's kind of sad, but it's changing. I hope over time, really slowly. They are also becoming less racist. Like, I've had a lot fewer racist experiences lately, rather than when I first started hanging out in Korea. A lot fewer now. It used to be very, very bad. So they are changing, and it helps a lot. Because I guess there are more foreigners in Korea now. But I would rather have them change themselves, like as an entire nation by themselves, as opposed to having like an outside influence come in and change them all. Because I don't know. I want them to self-change and have this self-realization. See, now the thing is, yes, I really, really hope people who blindly love Korea really see what's going on over there. A lot of people don't know. Of course, I've experienced racism a whole bunch of times, and it was, some of it was very shocking and very scary, very, very scary, because it was very aggressive. What do you think about Holland? Okay. From a perspective of someone in Korea, he's getting the wrong kind of attention. He's doing it like he's being famous for something negative. And while he's being daring and taking a risk in trying to change something and supporting what he loves, it's also very, very big impact on him negatively, people around him, I'm sure. Because honestly, you guys, if you have the chance, you have to go and experience it for yourself in Korea. Like, when I go, sometimes, I think the longest I've actually stayed is like a month and a half in Korea. But usually in a year, I spend about 3 months in Korea whenever I'm not working up there. So I have a ton of friends, and I get to talk about all this stuff and learn about what really is going on over there, as opposed to just learning about it from social media. And I feel like it is sort of a little bit like my responsibility as an English speaking ARMY or K-pop fan to translate over things like this to you guys, so that you know what's going on and what's really happening, and be more educated about a land that people think is this like magical, polite land and everything's amazing and blah blah blah. Oh my god, the racism was scary. This guy, he came over aggressive. He yelled in my face, and he was like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing here? Like, you should be going back to your country." I just stood there and let him yell at me, because I was so shocked. And then he spit on the ground like near my feet, and he was like really getting all up in my face. And it was a crowded place. People saw what was happening. Everybody just kept on walking. Nobody helped me. This is in Hongdae. Hongdae is really, really popular and always crowded, and it is a fucking tourist place. But that happened, and that was shocking. It wasn't the only time either that I experienced racism. I've gotten it quite a bit. And I don't know if you guys have watched my exhibition video. So I posted that video about the BTS exhibition in Seoul, and if you guys watch the beginning of that video, there's a guard yelling. He's yelling in English. And then he was like, what time or something. When I answered in Korean, immediately his tone switched. I don't know if you guys noticed that. His tone switched and his tone suddenly became much nicer. Oh, 4 o'clock? Yeah, go on in. Right here, the line's here. You can go in right now. And it happens a lot. When you're in Korea and sometimes you enter a place, people immediately give you this like, oh my god, it's a foreigner. What is she doing here? Kind of stare. But as soon as I start speaking Korean, then they're like, okay. At least she's adapting, or like at least she's trying to be one of us, and that makes me feel better, so I'm gonna talk to her. And it happens a lot like that. No, he was talking to me. I'm the one who answered in Korean. You can hear it in the video. I'm cold. Sitting in here. Anyway. Inevitably, the talks, like our talks, always usually turn to Korean culture. I've been going a long time, guys. So do you have other questions about this? Like, I would love to answer your questions. Although, okay, we have maybe 20 minutes. Oh, what's happening? We were talking about racist experiences. In Korea, do the rules apply to girls? What rules? Ouch. What rules apply to girls as well? Oh, sexism. Okay. Okay, I'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, go. If you're a foreigner, okay. I'm gonna talk about a little bit. I'm gonna talk about something a little bit sensitive here. It's about race. Since somebody was talking about would you recommend someone to visit if you're a foreigner? Okay. So this is how it is, okay? Don't take offense to whatever I say. If you're a white girl, if you're a white person, especially if you're blonde, you go to Korea, you're gonna have a good time. Korea loves white people. And, okay, I'm not gonna say it like that. I'm gonna say it neutrally, and not sound like I'm bitter. Korea loves white people. I have a friend who's a white girl with blue eyes and blonde hair, and when she goes out, people ask to take photos with her, and they want to be friends with her, and she says, Korea's great. Well, yeah, okay, because you're in a land full of white people worshippers who love the shit out of you. And then there's the rest of us. You're Asian, like me, but you're not Korean, yeah, they hate you. Not white, hate you. And so, what was I gonna say? Okay, can we stick to the topic, please? Like, everybody's always got some shit to say about somebody and their solo. First it was Namjoon and his solo, and then now it's Yoongi and their solo. If you weren't there, don't talk about it, okay? I don't care who says what because they saw something in a fan cam and then they felt all personally offended by that. But if you weren't there, don't talk about it. Because I was there for the concert when people said Namjoon didn't get enough screaming or didn't get enough fan chanting. I was fucking there. No such thing happened. So, seriously, just stop. Okay. I'm gonna carry on with my topic. I'm gonna carry on with my important topic here, what we're talking about right now. About visiting Korea, depending on your ethnicity. So, okay, somebody asked about what's the difference between Asians and Koreans. So, Koreans have this, like I said, this weird idea of what they like, right? Everything that is fair-skinned is considered beautiful, to the point where people who are not fair-skinned, even if they're Korean in their own country, get ostracized. And you get bullied in school for being dark. And how do people tell if you're a foreigner? Face, obviously. Body shape, body type, the way you dress. Clearly when you can't speak Korean. And little signs like that. I'm lucky that I can speak Korean, so sometimes people actually stop to ask, like, wait, you're not Korean, are you? So the fact that they have doubt bodes well for me, because they look at me and judge me as a foreigner immediately, but when I speak, I sound like a natural Korean. So then they like, okay, who are you? So that's okay. Sometimes that really, really helps. So when I walk into a store, to make sure I get like a good experience where I don't have a bad time, I start speaking Korean straight away. And yes, definitely when you're younger, when you're tanner, you get bullied. Definitely. A lot of people have experienced this. And also, even if you're fair-skinned but you're not Korean, also they don't like you. When you're tan, also they don't like you. There's this very famous black person in Korea. His name is... He's got this very African-sounding name. What's his name? Sam something. I know. He's got a name that I can't pronounce. He's got a last name that I can't pronounce. He's this very famous. He's quite cute. He's good. Yeah, that's the dude. There was one episode in a show called Hello Counselor, where he was talking about racism on a train that he experienced, which is something similar to what I have experienced also. And the thing is, see, I'm not even that like dark. Well, I'm super tan now, but before I fucking went to Hawaii, I had like nicer liquid skin. Anyway, yeah. So you saw that, right? He boarded a train, and this woman, in order to not let him sit near her, she like sat lengthways and laid across like the entire length of seats, so that he wouldn't be able to come and sit near her. And that's actually happened to me similarly in a train station. I was waiting for a friend, and a lady saw me approaching, and she thought I was going to sit near her, so she got up. And you can tell from the way, I could tell from the way she looked at me, that it was a very personal thing. It was not because she had to get up and go somewhere. So I watched where she went. She went to stand near a wall, and then I was like, alright, to prove to myself that I'm not being sensitive or anything, to prove to myself that she's actually being racist, I decided not to sit there. Those were the only seats available. So I decided not to sit there. I went to go somewhere else. I went to stand behind a pillar so that I could see what was going on. She noticed that I didn't go to sit down. She went back to her seat and sat down there, just because she didn't want to sit near me. So I personally thought that was really fucked up. Seriously fucked up. Like, why? How is this? That was like one of the first few years that I started going to Korea. So I think maybe about 5 years ago. And sometimes you tell yourself like, no, it can't be. How can someone be so like obvious about their hatred for another race or for a foreigner? Like, how can this be? And then you do something and it's proven to yourself that this actually happens, and you're like, wow, okay. And that affected me. Like, I thought about it for a few hours after that. Like, what did I do? What could I have done to make it better? Like, but there's nothing that I can do. She just saw me and didn't like who I was or my skin color. There's nothing I can change about that. So it wasn't my fault. It was her fault. And the normal famous cliche lines of, you go back to your own country, why are you here? Yeah, I've gotten that too. So it's no fun. And the sad thing is because yes, it is 2 straws, because my motto for drinking is, if you drink with 2 straws, you get more drink with 1 suck. That is the motto. Everybody adopt it. More drink with 1 suck. What was I saying? Did I answer everybody's question already? Like, to do with this topic? If I haven't, then let me know. Try the 2 straws thing. Definitely. Your drink finishes a lot quicker though, let me warn you. Everybody start this trend, okay? 2 straws is more drink with 1 suck. And then everybody should know that. That saying came from me. Did I answer everybody's questions on this? It's not about being liked. It's more like being accepted if you're light-skinned. When I get a tan, it lasts forever. Like last week, there was a guy, this is slightly not PG, but I was taking a shower with a guy, and then he noticed a tan on my back, and he was like, oh, did you go somewhere for this summer? And I'm like, no, dude. That fucking tan from my swimsuit tan line is from like last November when I was in Hawaii. November. And the tan line is so apparent still, which I freaking hate. So, see how long it takes for me to get rid of a tan? He saw that tan clearly. It's almost been a year. I'm gonna take like 10 years to get rid of this tan. Okay. Before I went to Hawaii, I was really a lot fairer than I am now. Okay? A lot. And I went to Hawaii from Korea. So I had 2 weeks in Korea, and then I went to Hawaii, and then I came back to Korea. Every single person I met commented on how tan I got, and not in a good way. They're like, oh, 많이 탔네? 많이 탔어? You clearly had a good time in Korea. Why did you spend so much time in the sun? So it was more like, why did you do this to yourself? Why did you decide to get so tan? It's not a good thing. Every single person commented on it. My hairdresser, hotel manager, other hotel staff, my friend that I met. And it's all like, tan is no good. Why would you do this? Why would you get tan? So I'm like, well, I'm in Hawaii, so fuck. I'm gonna stand in the sea. And when I was in Hawaii, I saw other Korean people there. And this girl with like this giant fucking sombrero looking hat and like rash guards, like all the way to the wrist, and she exposes like practically no skin except for her hands. And I'm like, wow, that's not the way I want to be swimming in the sea. I'm gonna wear my fucking swimsuit and swim like a regular person, okay? Because I'm in Hawaii. It's like, how can you live your life like that? Constantly worrying about the color of your skin. And while, so after that, like, things got just, I guess, slightly sour after that for me in Korea. People commenting on my tan all the time to the point I got sick of it, like really sick of it. So yeah, I think it's dumb to go on vacation and dress like that. So in Singapore here too, when I walk past a pool and I see a person wearing a big hat, wearing rash guards, long sleeves, and long pants and stuff like that, I wait and I tell myself they're Korean, and then I hear them speak and it's true. So only where I live. I mean, no, sorry. Only Koreans do this everywhere. Hi, Allie. You made it. So, I mean, I can't tell you what my job is, but I work with Koreans a lot. And, like, a few years ago, I had to work with this Korean family, and, there was this like 7-year-old little girl, and when she went out, her mom made her wear giant hats, and then her mom was like teaching her like, you have to moisturize every night, blah blah blah. And I'm like, wow, I don't know what to say about this, because maybe sure I would have appreciated if my mom told me to moisturize every night when I was when I was maybe a teenager, right? But she's 7. She's fucking 7. She can't go and play out in the sun because she's 7. She's 7. Let her play out in the fucking sun without wearing a giant hat and like a gallon of sunscreen and I don't know. What is this fucking nonsense? Seriously. The same doesn't apply for boys. That's one of the sexist things. Her cousin, he's 9. He can do whatever the fuck he likes. Get tan, play outside. But the little girl, no, she's restricted. Little girls gotta be pretty and fair. Boys can do whatever they want. It is sad, right? In Singapore here, you see all the, I guess in terms of ethnicity, the Chinese are the fairest skinned, right? I'm Chinese. I'm not that fair skinned. I have a lot of friends who are tanner than me. And in Singapore, nobody cares. Nobody cares. And we're not racist here either. So, it's great. Like, I can be tan here, it's no problem. Apparently I can't be tan from Hawaii and like show off my healthy glowing tan. Like it's a freaking crime to be tan. That's so stupid. How do I manage work? I just do. I'm good at what I do. Nobody's gonna fire me. Yes, people in Korea will criticize you for having dark skin. You get teased. Let me tell you about a whole bunch of other ridiculous things in Korea you can get teased about as a child. Number 1, if you're tan. Number 2, which I think is the most awful thing I've ever heard. Okay, number 2. If you don't have one of your parents. Divorce is a fucking no-no. So if you get divorced in Korea, that's rare. If you're a mom, of like however many kids, if you get divorced, nobody's ever gonna date you or marry you again. They're used goods. And I have always like, I found out about this a long time ago. But Mijin, talking to Mijin 2 weeks ago, she enforced it because she was like, Onni, you don't want to date? And I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to have kids and that kind of thing. And I was literally telling her, I was like, I'd be okay if like maybe I dated a guy who already had kids and like I could raise his kids. I would be okay with that. But personally, I don't really want to have kids. And she was like, are you serious? You would actually consider dating a guy who was married before? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, your parents won't like go crazy on me? I'm like, my parents don't care. And she was like, there's no way. In Korea, it is a no-no, absolute no-no. If you're divorced, that's it. That's the end of your fucking life. For women. Men, it's whatever. And some men will just actually hide the fact that they've been divorced before. If it gets that far. So, all these things that I thought would get less in time, it never does. And like talking to Mijin actually, sort of reinforces all this stuff that I heard before. And what else? So if you're like I said, if you're in school and you're a child of a divorced parent, people are gonna make fun of you for that. And another way of having only one parent is if, let's say, one of your parents died. You can get outcasted for that too. There have been several reality TV shows, and even I confirmed this with like several of my friends also, which I find is the most ridiculous, most unbelievable bullshit. Your mom dies. Everyone should be nice to you for that. But instead, like, the child gets bullied and gets made fun of because she doesn't have a mom. Like, I'm fucking shocked at how unbelievably heartless Korean children can be. Like, it blows my mind how this is so fucked up. If you have a Korean friend, you can ask. If you've seen, I've seen this like in reality shows on TV because they are trying to lessen these types of situations. Like they realize it's wrong and they're trying to do something about it now. Finally, through a lot of reality TV, because since reality TV has become such a big thing in recent years. Exactly. This is why Korea has the highest suicide rate. There have been little kids who killed themselves over this. Over the bullying in school that's like way too extreme. Way too extreme. And it's beyond fucked up. Like your mom or your dad died and like, how is that something that makes you somebody to be bullied? You should receive more love and care and, like, other children's parents should be nicer to you. But I saw this reality TV, this girl got bullied in school and her father was having such a hard time coping with taking care of two girls. Like he doesn't really know how to talk to his girls, because dads hardly spend time at home, Korean dads. And she has no mom to turn to, and then she has to take care of her like little brother or sister, and it was just really bad, really bad. And these are the kinds of shows that will never get subbed in English because nobody's going to do that. So that was number 2, right? Number 1, if you're tan. Number 2 is if you don't have one of your parents. Number 3 is rich kids have it better in school because their parents give better gifts to teachers, donate more money to the school. school and things like that, and their kids get treated better in school. And this is an actual reality that's still happening in better developed cities like Seoul, or actually even in the provinces and stuff. So people always ask me, why don't you want to live in Korea? You're there so often. Yeah, I would never want to live there. I would never want to raise a child there. My child would grow up so fucked up. There's no way. Especially children of like mixed marriages, someone who's not full-blood Korean. Yeah, watch my child grow up depressed and suicidal just because his mom is not Korean. I got so angry about this. If you can, you should totally recommend this live to a lot of, as many people as you can, so that people can learn what's the truth. Yes, Korea is amazing from afar, just like Koreans think America is amazing from afar, and they don't realize how fucking shitty America is. Like, a bunch of you are from California. I lived in the Bay Area for like a year and a half maybe, and I've also lived in New Hampshire for almost a year as well. So I've had the best of all kinds of worlds. The best, it wasn't really the best, but I come back to Singapore every single time because Singapore is the best country to live in by far. They're both horrible in their unique way, yes. What a positive way to put it. What time is it? I gotta go soon. My phone's at 38%. Cedar, are you still here? It's not raining anymore. Please wear your Puma baskets. I wore my court stars. We were supposed to take a picture together. Other than that, America's good. No, I don't think so. Do you know how many redneck racist experiences I've had living in New Hampshire? It's so fucked up. Especially when they're like, who do you think you are, stealing one of our white boys? Because my boyfriend is white. And they were all like, what are you? Because it's clear I'm not a white girl. And so they're all like staring me down and like, and my boyfriend's just constantly telling me ignore them. They just hate you because you're not white, especially if you're Asian and you're dating one of their white boys. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It was quite bad also. My boyfriend's mom thought I was a gold digger. And I was like, I was so fucking pissed off. Every chance I got during that conversation where she basically hinted I was some kind of gold digger because like, oh, I'm not white, so I must be like trying to live the white life, right? So I was like, bitch. Well, I didn't exactly say bitch. I make a lot more money than your son. Your son works at Best Buy, okay? So get this straight. I wear the pants in this relationship, and your son should worship me. And oh my god, I'm so annoyed with her. After she realized that every step I take is gold and that her son should be kissing my feet, she was so nice to me after that, and she was like, Sean, you treat her well. Make sure you keep this girl. Yeah. He didn't keep me. I left. Hey, Angie. It's okay if you know the names of my exes. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not like you know his last name. How is education? Education is actually really good, but they go over the top with their like school hours. You have to stay in school until like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. Especially for like middle school and college, no, because college you're expected to be more independent. But when you're younger, there's like a lot of these sort of like after school classes in high school, and you know, sometimes teachers have to stay back, but usually there is a like a class rep, like a class leader that's supposed to make sure that the kids stay back and get in all these extra hours, and then there's also after all these after school classes that parents send their children to after school. So it's insane. It's like study all the fucking time, and this definitely contributes to the high suicide rate as well. But hey, you know, like in Singapore, people do well like studying on their own, like this girl right here. Hey girl, you good studying by yourself right there. I admire that. Homework is separate. Definitely there's homework. So when you get home after your after school hours, you have to go home and do homework too. If you look at this girl right here, she's studying too. So people behind me and in front of me on a Sunday morning, they're studying. Okay, guys, we have about 20 minutes left, and then I gotta go. I really hope this live has been. That's what I like to hear. That you learned a lot in this live. I always want to like be able to share all this information with you guys so that you know what's going on. You know the truth. You see the truth. You see how bad it is, and spread the word. Spread the word. Share my live when it's done. Get people to come over and see this because it's so important. I know we started out with this like joke topic about who you would date, but that turned into this, which I feel is a really good, flow as well. Real eye color? My eyes are purple. I wish this was even a natural eye color. But you guys, I'm not telling you all this stuff to discourage you from going to Korea. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Please do go. The food's really good. A lot of the people are nice. I promise. I'm just saying, be prepared in case something bad happens. You're like emotionally prepared, maybe. or mentally, or that kind of thing. You're just more prepared to deal with it, because I feel like if you go and like some racist things happen to you, then you might get a shock, and then it affects your vacation, right? And then you're like, this is shit, I wish I hadn't come. But like, go with the knowledge, like the informed knowledge that you may or may not experience these things, and just be prepared for it, and I think you'll have a much better time. Army version of church, and today's a Sunday. Maybe I should do this every Sunday, because I do want to start this Army Talk Time every week, and come over and talk to you guys, and we can talk about anything, and answer your questions, because what's the point of being like this experienced with like life and culture and being your big sister if I'm not going to be able to share all these things? Well, it's Sunday where I live, so. Georgie, if you get stationed in Korea, we'll be able to see each other. I'm there all the time, so we will be able to hang out. Let's talk about food for the next Army Talk Time. Yongsan is not far away from me, from Seoul. It's not that. It's just like maybe 2 hours. Not that far. So. Yes. So I think it would be good. We can do like a day trip and hang out together. What was I gonna say? Okay, so since somebody asked about food, I think that maybe we can talk about that for next Army Talk Time. And you guys can like research all the foods that you like, and it would be a great topic, I think. Maybe I should go and eat Korean food for the next Army Talk Time, and do like a little bit of a mukbang while I talk to you guys, and eat some Korean food and talk to you. How's that sound? So do you think that you guys would be willing to do this every whatever time this is for you, whatever time it started, and we can do it at Army Talk Time every week, and hopefully more armies join next time, and it's gonna be great. It's September, so it's gonna be a couple months more before I'm back in Korea, but I definitely want to keep doing this with you guys even when I'm there, and I could do a live from like other places where it would be more fun. What season is it in Korea right now? Officially, it's fall. Officially. But summer is not quite over yet. Alright, Amaya, don't worry. I mean, apart from official Army Talk Time, there could be other times where I come online and that you can be there. I do lives on my Instagram too. Like, I don't know if you're on my Instagram, but I did a live last night, and I told the story of how I met G-Dragon's dad and had dinner with him, and that was amazing. That was a fun story to tell. I think I still have it up on my IG. Or maybe I should post it here. I saved the live. I just have so many stories to tell. So like almost every live is story time. Okay. So any last questions with regards to today's topic before I go? If not, then I'm probably gonna end here. It's such a wasted opportunity when people don't really know the idols that we love, and yet they need them. It's safe to say that it makes me want to like throw my shoe at their faces. So no more questions, guys, before we end this live? Okay. Alright. As long as I have helped you guys in some way today through this live, I'm very, very satisfied. And I'm really happy that I could share all this with you guys. There's always more to talk about, and as more questions come in, I'll be able to share more with you next time. It was so great talking to you. Really, really great. So it's very likely. Thank you. It's gonna be so fun for me today. I'm collecting a Hopi doll. So my son is arriving. I will introduce him next live, and you can meet my children. If you guys have Instagram and you haven't followed me yet, please do. It's the same as this YouTube channel, JHEEMANGI, Jeemangi, because I post there. So if you miss me and you don't get to see me here, I'm there. Yeah, it's the only children I'll ever have. Thanks for coming, you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. I'll schedule the next army talk time. My Namjoon doll is not arriving ever. The fans say that the Geo manager that took my money stole my money, and she's not giving me my Namjoon doll. Sure, I'll accept your request like right after this, alright? Thanks for coming, you guys. I'll talk to you about my children in the next episode, and we'll be having some food as well. Bye, Angie, Nancy, Georgie. I'll learn your names next time. Tori, bye-bye. Jessica, Allie, Maya. Bye, guys. See you next time. Okay, Diamond and Brianna. Okay, I'll learn your names next time. Bye.